Just hours after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected the idea of a ceasefire in Lebanon, the Israeli military launched strikes in South Beirut. Several explosions were heard in the capital's Hireik area, and plumes of black smoke could be seen billowing between buildings following the strikes, which hit shortly after Israeli military ordered the residents to leave. The IDF targeted Beirut's southern suburbs after days of being in the area and sparking strikes. Earlier, Israeli Prime Minister rejected any truce with Hezbollah, insisting on creating a buffer zone along Israel's border with Lebanon with no presence of Hezbollah fighters. Netanyahu's statement came after Hezbollah's deputy leader, Naim Qassem, in a defiant televised speech, threatened to expand the scope of its missile strikes across Israel. Every Wednesday, Israel's military reported around 50 projectiles fired from Lebanon at the country's north without any reports of casualties. While on Tuesday, Iran-backed Hezbollah said it launched a large salvo of missiles at the town of Safed. The IDF bombed several areas in southern and eastern Lebanon, including the Bekaa Valley, where a hospital in Baalbek was put out of service on Tuesday. It also said it captured 3 Hezbollah fighters in South Lebanon. Lebanon's health ministry says 9 people were killed on Tuesday in strikes in the southern region, and 5 others, including 3 children, were killed in the east. This while the United States raised concerns with Israel of the nature of its bombing campaign in Beirut in the past weeks. U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller says the civilian death toll was among Washington's major concerns in Lebanon.
They do have a right to go after legitimate terrorist targets. We see Hezbollah continue to operate across Lebanon, and Israel does have a right to defend itself against those terrorists who pose a threat to the state of Israel. But we've had real concerns about the nature of the campaign that we saw roll out across Beirut over the past few weeks, and we made those concerns publicly.
The U.S. has also warned Israel that it may block some of its military assistance unless it improves aid delivery to the Gaza Strip within 30 days. In a letter sent on Sunday, Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin expressed deep concerns about the deteriorating humanitarian situation in Gaza. We spoke to our correspondent Jody Cohen, who is reporting from Rana, Israel, and this is what she told us.
Right, so in the leaked letter, Washington told Israel that continued American military aid is contingent on Israel sending more aid into Gaza. Now, this story broke after David Mencer, the Israeli government spokesperson, gave a press conference in which he talked about aid to Gaza. He said that Israel's getting aid to Gaza's residents, and in northern Gaza in the last few days alone, he said that Israel had delivered 67,000 litres of fuel for hospitals, 6 tankers of cooking gas, 93,000 children were vaccinated against polio, and he said that Israel is committed to getting more aid, particularly in the medical field, to Gazan civilians. But he also said that there are 530 trucks that have already entered Gaza that are waiting collection for distribution by the United Nations. We know that an Israeli official has said that Jerusalem is reviewing this letter that's come from the US officials. They said that Israel takes the matter seriously and intends to address the concerns with the administration. But we've also been hearing from some commentators that they believe that perhaps this letter is not actually about Gaza, but it's more about trying to limit Israel's response to Iran's ballistic missile attack earlier this month.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.